Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and it is day 23 for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, round 10. Here is today's sketch in the top right hand corner. Today's sketch is by Sheri Stewart. And I like this sketch. I mean, I've liked all the sketches, but I like this one. It gave me the opportunity to use up a lot of scraps from my Indigo Mist collection from Rosie's Studio, which is one of my How to Kill a Kit with Style collections that I'm working on for the month of September. And I got most of my scraps. I think this was the last layout I have made with this collection. I don't think I've got any more. Maybe I've got one more. I don't know. Anyway, I am nearing the end. There's not much left, and there's not much left I can do with the collection. I do have quite a bit of chipboard left, mainly because I forgot that there was chipboard in this collection, and by the time I remembered, I was sort of 3/4 of the way through. So I haven't used much of the chipboard, unfortunately, but that's okay. So I am sort of following the sketch. So Sheri had 3 photos in her sketch. I'm only using 2 photos. And so what I've done is actually kind of created some paper layers, I guess, down either side, sort of reminiscent to what you would see if the photo sections in Sheri's sketch was sort of one element. So I am putting kind of staggered paper down both sides of the page, with the right hand side being more kind of predominant. No, is that the right word? It's bigger. Anyway, there's more paper on that side than there is on the left, for no reason other than that's sort of what the sketch looked like, so we just went with that. And then I'm using my 2 photos, and I'm just going to place them on top of my patterned paper strips. So that's what I'm doing, and then I'm going to cut off my excess, and then I'm going to come back and embellish. Now, I did edit this video down quite a lot. So main reason is my son came home and I turned my video off, and then I just stuck down my embellishments kind of in between talking to him and hanging out with him. So it was a bit disjointed. So I actually cut the video off, and then I skipped the sticking down part because that was just going to be way too hard to try and film. And I really wanted to get this done. I find if I leave my layout sitting on my kitchen table unfinished, my son sometimes, he doesn't always remember that they're there, but sometimes he does, and then he comes up and tries to help, which is beautiful and gorgeous, but then I have to sometimes go into damage mode. So I do try to finish the filming of my videos in one go, and then I try and put away anything that is slightly tempting. So mainly my ATG gun, because he's figured out how that works. And so he likes to stick things. And so sometimes he'll stick things to the kitchen table. That seems to be his favourite thing to do. What else can I tell you? So 30 Days of Sketches, day 23. All of our sketches, as you will be well aware by now, are exclusive sketches made for this series. They're all on the 30 Days of Sketches Facebook page, so I'll put a link to that page down below, and I'll also pop a link to the playlist for 30 Days of Sketches. So there'll be lots of people playing along. This is a really popular series. First time I've ever done all 30 days. So I'm very excited about that. Technically I didn't do all 30 days. Jess did do 6 of them. And there's 31 days because there's 31 days in October. But I'm very excited. And I have got so much scrapbooked, which I'm very pleased about. So I'm just layering up my photos on some of the papers that I had left in this collection. As I said, I've almost killed this. I've got some paper scraps left, but that's about it. I don't have any 12x12s, any 6x6 papers left that haven't sort of been planned for. I've got one more layout, I just realised, to make with this collection. And so I've kind of made mini page kits almost. So apart from what's in that page kit, I don't have any more full 6x6 papers left. I do have a few embellishments, so we'll see what we end up being able to use. But I'm hopeful that will do a good job. So I'm just creating some embellishment clusters around my photo. So I am sort of following where Sheri has put her embellishment clusters. So I'm putting one on the left-hand side, so one on the left-hand photo, and then I'm actually putting 2 on the right-hand side. And this one, I guess it does sort of have a title, but it also sort of doesn't really have a title. I'll explain that a bit more when we get there. And spoiler alert, I don't know whether this happens now before I turn the camera off or happens afterwards, but that camera on the ephemera piece on the left hand side, it doesn't make it. And I had 3 vellum florals left, and so I added those to each of the clusters because Sheri had florals in her sketch, and I thought I could do that. There's this big I love you ephemera piece, and then I also end up adding a couple of chipboard pieces in. So I do get those suitcases on, but they actually move to the top. And I also wanted to use, so I've got kind of 3 predominant pieces of ephemera that have large words on them. So there's the love you piece at the top there, and then down the bottom I've got a wood veneer piece that says love always, and then a chipboard piece that says this moment is more precious than you think. So any one of those could be my title. And I didn't put a title on, so I just sort of went with the chipboard really as my title, if that makes sense. So that was me saying, oops, I've turned the camera off. And so I have finished sticking everything down now. In fact, I've almost finished my video. I did add another little chipboard piece up the top, which was a little postage stamp. And then I also added a little pen and a paperclip to the left-hand cluster as well. Now I'm adding my splatters, so I'm adding blush Heidi Swap Colour Shine and my gold Marabou art spray, and then we're going to be all finished. So make sure you check the description box for all the links that are going on for this series. I don't have much more to tell you other than I will see you back here. I don't know if it's me tomorrow or Jess, but regardless, you'll see one of us up with another video tomorrow. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.